Hey heroes, Mike here from Odyssey. Today's video, we are looking at 5 things to avoid whilst trying to lose weight. Let's go. Okay, so number 1, getting rid of too much too soon. What do I mean by that? Well, most people, they can't break a bad habit or multiple bad habits in one go with just sheer willpower and determination. It's very, very difficult to do. You need to make small changes. I know I go on and on about this, but you've tuned your brain to react a certain way with food or with exercise, and you can't just break that cycle in one go. It's very hard to do. You need to ease out of it, still enjoy little indulgences now and then, but a long-term habit, a long-term process or system is what we want to achieve. Putting those systems in place. Don't buy the food in the first place. When you've done something good, that sort of reward thing that comes into your mindset, it's instead of rewarding yourself with bad food, get it into place where when you've done some good work or you've had a good exercise session, you have a protein shake or you have that water, you have some fruit, you call a friend or family member and tell yourself, if you eat that cookie, say out loud, I'm going to eat this cookie and it's not going to help me with my goals. It'll give you that accountability. It'll give you that, you'll almost be guilt tripping yourself into not eating it. Sounds silly, but it works. Map those changes out. Write down all your negative influences and like foods that you eat, the lack of exercise, the lack of water, those types of things. And then each week, pick one thing and that's what you're going to improve on. So just improving on those things slightly. Over time, you will get there, you'll build into it, you'll achieve more and more and more and more, and you'll eventually get to that end goal of weight loss. So in summary, don't get rid of everything. So don't go onto this crazily stupid diet of very restrictive and going into the gym and flogging yourself 7 days a week. It's not the right approach. Obviously you want to work hard, you want to eat well, train hard in the gym, but just changing the little things build into it. Numero 2, flexibility with food. What we don't want is nutrient deficiencies. So I'm looking at this from the perspective of energy and sleep. So I'm going to look at a few examples. So your body needs vitamin D to basically convert into energy. If you're low in it, the mitochondria, it's the powerhouse of your cell. It can't generate any energy properly. Magnesium deficiency, that impairs your energy pathways. A sort of imbalance of omega-3 fatty acids and omega-6 fatty acids can lead to fatigue and inflammation. So omega-3, that's the stuff like your fish. Omega-6 is the more sort of processed oils and processed foods. Our diets now, especially sort of Western culture, gets very high in those and a lot lower in omega-3. So we need to sort of supplement that with things like fish, even fish oils. Vitamin D, another one that a lot of us, especially in the UK, are deficient of right now because we're always in grey, gloomy weather. It's essential for muscle and bone strength, along with a number of different other benefits, but suboptimal vitamin D levels can lead to, again, low energy and fatigue. And then vitamin D is also linked to sleep. So in 2018, scientists at China's Qingdao University, they analysed the findings of several studies looking at vitamin D and its role in sleep. And their analysis identified that there's significant connections between low levels of vitamin D and a lack of sleep. And on top of that, they also found that low levels of vitamin D are connected to the quality of sleep as well. We can also look at a lack of vitamin B6. So that's been linked to symptoms of insomnia and depression. And it's vitamin B6's aid in the production of hormones like serotonin and melatonin, and both of which are very important to sound, sound restful sleep, and also to people's mood. And there's a strong correlation between depression and sleep problems. And among people with depression, 75% have some kind of symptom or shown symptoms of insomnia. So if you're one of those guys, so you need food like bananas, spinach, potatoes, milk. These are all really good sources of B6. So looking at it, energy and sleep really affect your mood. They affect your performance mentally and physically. So you need to give your body the best possible chance at getting that goal of weight loss. So it's a really well-known saying, but it's eating the rainbow, eating loads of different fruits, vegetables, different colours, different types of meats. It really, really will help you instead of being very restrictive, and your body will start to potentially be lethargic, tired, run down, and then you're more likely to then lean into those bad habits that you're trying to push out. Next we have number 3, relying on exercise to burn calories. You won't get rid of an underlying issue which makes you gain weight in the first place by exercise. You gain weight by food. It's as simple as that. Exercising, so if you're very reliant on exercise and you're going to try and do more and more and more and more, exercise, we all know, it requires energy. Energy means more food, and more food means potentially you're going to lean into more negative foods or overconsumption in the first place. That feeling like when you've achieved something, if you've done a really, really good workout, you sort of, I've been guilty of this, you sort of lean into, I could have that biscuit or I could have that bag of crisps, it's fine, but it could build up. On top of that, exercise, it needs to be enjoyable. It shouldn't be the reason to burn calories. You shouldn't be going into the gym and the sole purpose is, I need to burn 500 calories. It's not a good way. It's not a good way to do it. You're more likely to then see training, see being active, exercising as something difficult and negative rather than something positive. On top of that, a couple more things. So calorie watches can be off the mark by as much as 30%, something to be mindful of. And can be just as bad is cardio machines in the gym. So things like treadmills, cross trainers, those types of things. They're very likely to be inaccurate. If you, whatever your weight is, say you're 180 pounds, someone else who's 260 goes on the running machine as well, and you both go on and do a 10-minute mile pace, the calories on screen will be exactly the same for the pair of you, even though you're obviously going to be burning different amounts of calories. Even if you put in details like your age and your weight, things like that, it still doesn't account for your fitness levels. It doesn't account for your body composition. It doesn't account for your form as well, things like that. So it needs to be really, really mindful that what you're seeing on those screens, on those watches, might not be 100% true. So to summarize that one, we need to exercise is an amazing, amazing tool that we can use to assist us, but it's not the main way you need to go about wanting to lose weight, which is your nutrition. Number 4, being around negative influences. We imitate other people without us even realizing. We desire to belong to some kind of group, like your own sort of clan, and we inherit traits from our close friends and our family, and we copy them. And it's really funny because I've been guilty of it as well. It can be very, very useful at times, but it can also have a really negative effect on your goals, like weight loss. When we copy people close to us without even realizing, if your friends are constantly eating badly, or they're heavy drinkers, or they're smoking, or those types of things, you're potentially more likely to lean into it because it's just you're sort of trying to fit in rather than doing what you really want to do deep down. And it's essentially invisible peer pressure. Whereas if you surround yourself with people who are healthy, who are driven, who are positive, it'll rub off on you, and it's easier to sustain and also maintain that motivation, which can be very, very fleeting at the best of times. If your partner likes healthy food, you're going to eat that healthy food with them. If your best mate goes to the gym, you're probably going to go to the gym with them. You need to think about is that you need to create this circle of people around you that's strong and supportive and are going in that direction that you want. So surround yourself with good people who are working hard, who are eating well, who are looking to hit goals. That's the people that you want to be around. And finally, number 5, comparing yourself to others. This is a no-no. You don't want to do this, guys, for the most part. If you don't want to be constantly looking on social media, sort of mindlessly scrolling through your phone, looking at multiple people's profiles, sort of wishing you were them. Yes, there's some really genuine people on Instagram, on Facebook, on all sorts that do really work hard and who really do look after themselves and promote themselves well and have good causes, those types of things. But there's also a lot of edited pictures, videos, photoshopped, a lot of misleading content. So you just need to be really mindful of that because it can have a negative impact on you. Either way, it just doesn't do, it's not great for your mindset. For some it may motivate, but for others you might look on it and it'll reflect on you'll reflect on yourself as a failure, which isn't necessarily what you want. There's always going to be someone that's going to be better than you at something. It's the harsh reality of the world that we live in, but you don't want to think that you want to be better than them. You want to be thinking that you want to be the best version of yourself. Everything you do needs to be identity based. Improve the day to day. That's the true win. Who do you want to become? I'm asking you directly. Who do you want to become? Don't think of it as you just want to lose weight. You want to be a healthy person. Who do you want to be? That's the true purpose of it. Yes, it's good to lose weight, but how do you want to be as a person when you do hit that goal? Okay, so that was it, guys. That was our 5 things to avoid whilst trying to lose weight. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, taking something from this, that's a real win for us. I just want to say, since we've started this channel, thank you so much for all your support. I genuinely mean it. It's great to see feedback that we get, and our subscribers slowly increasing. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, like our videos, give us a comment. Any support, we really do appreciate it. And I just want to say, have an awesome day, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.